Hey, it's Steve. Please like and subscribe. Please click on the Deck Heroes icon. Click on subscribe. It's 100% free. Blood in, blood out. And also click on notifications so you don't miss any amazing content. Okay, so this video is how to close, basically. How to get a woman back to the place, get some... He's talking about on the first date. I've never really been a first date, a one night stand kind of guy. I'm not saying in my career I've never done it, but I've never really been that guy. But anyway, there's some real good clues about how to get a woman back to your place. At some point, you might want to do it. So even if it was me, right, and there's a couple of dates in, and you're thinking, okay, man, let's get to work. Let's get to work. This guy definitely has a few clues about how to go about it. He's going to mention having a shisha thing as a tool, basically a reason to get people back, and I'm going to let him talk for himself. I'm not a shisha man, I don't smoke. But anyway, let's see what he's got to say, then we'll kind of bring it all together at the end about how do you get somebody back to your flat. Let's see what he's got to say. Let's go.
What up, YouTube? It's your boy AQ, and I'm back with another video for you guys today on Look.
Just quickly, top left-hand corner, give the man his props. If you think he's got something good to say, that's his channel. In the top left-hand corner, AYEQ Logic. Anyway, let's go.
The video that we're going to talk about today is how to smash a chick on the first date. All right, so how to close on the first date, man. So y'all already know, if you're going on a first date with a chick, as a man, you should be trying to close. If you're not trying to close, I don't know what you're trying to do. You see what I'm saying? But now, before we jump into the steps, right? Before you go on a date, make sure you got everything planned out, right? Make sure you got your spot like taken care of. Okay, I got my spot. If you got a roommate, make sure your roommate is not home. Make sure got a fresh haircut. Make sure you look good. Make sure you're fly. Make sure.
I don't know really what he means by spot taken care of. Yeah, roommate. Oh, bless. And I know there's a lot of people, well, there may well be lots of people watching this video who've got roommates. I don't have roommates, of course. You know what I mean? But anyway, I guess he means just nice and tidy, nice and clean, a nice environment that a woman is going to want to go into. For goodness sake, she ain't going to be in there just thinking, no, I'm gone. Last thing you want is any negative thoughts going into that pretty little brain, pretty little brain of whatever, pretty little brain of whatever lucky young lady that you've invited back to your mansion.
You got on some good cologne. Make sure you at least have $100 in your pocket before you go on the first date. That's just the bottom line. All right, so make sure everything is intact.
You know what? Since we're kind of referring to young men, yeah, you got to have some cologne on, some aftershave, we say in the UK. Wash your damn self as well. Before you're going out on the date, you're looking your tippity top, have a fresh wash, have a shower. That should be obvious, right? Make sure you got some fresh clothes on as well that haven't been sitting on your hanger after 1,000 wears. Basics. Also remember that a girl is going to be shorter than you. Right, normal. What's the average height for a woman? About 5'3", 5'4". So if you're about 6 foot up, she's looking straight up your nose. Make sure that you are ready to meet this girl. I'm talking about general dating advice, but also obviously if you wanted to go anywhere. Anyway, let's go.
Make sure you got like transportation, like as far as if you got to pick her up, if she got to meet you there. Now, preferably, you should prefer her to meet you there, and I'll tell you why. Like if you go pick her up, right, depending on how far she lives to where you're actually going on the first date, just that ride to the first date with her could cause you to get friend zone and could cause her to view you a certain way that might fuck it up for the rest of the date. So you want to be careful with that. All right, so make sure you got those things intact first. Boom. Now the date.
Okay, now before we get to the date, okay, so that's quite interesting. So what he's saying is there's a potential that, you know, her getting into the car, you're focused on other things, you're having some car, you can't really give a body, like, you got to think, so you're sitting here, she's sitting there, so it's not necessarily going to be, but you know, you're not giving her the body language, you're framing steering, right? She's there, so you're not paying her any attention, maybe you can give her the odd look. What he's saying is, there's potential that ride from picking her up to the club, for whatever reason, could mess things up. Interesting. I've never had a car. I own property, but I don't. Anyway, it's a long story. I haven't had that problem. Thank you very much, kind sir. Noted.
So for the date, you want to pick a spot that's close to your crib. You want to pick a spot that's close to where you stay. All right. So just in case things don't go as planned, you don't have nothing to lose. You see what I'm saying? And it's more convenient to get it back to the house. It's easy, right? So you want to be prepared for objections. So, so let's say like if you was where she stay at, and when it comes to like getting her back to the crib, she might say, nah, you stay too far, or whatever the case may be. So you want to be prepared for all those type of objections, okay? Right, so boom. Now, as far as the spot, okay, fellas, on the first date, you want to take a chick to somewhere like a bar, like a lounge, somewhere where there's music and drinks. Don't try to take a chick on a dinner date. Don't try to take her on a coffee date or no silly shit like that, because what's going to happen is the date will become an interview. So you'll be sitting there and you'll be asking each other these dumbass, stupid ass questions like, so, tell me about yourself. What's your favorite color? You don't want to get put in that.
Yeah, so I just had a reminder. Yeah, he's right for the video that he's produced. He's talking about, listen, you're only looking to smash this. You're looking to have one night stand, basically. Or, you're looking to get to the final, what's it called, third base or whatever it is. Anyway, you're looking to have sex on the first date. You know what I mean? So, but again, that's not how I plan things. You know what I mean? That's not how I aim for things, generally speaking. But each to their own. I'm more of a kind of just date people. I'm actually interested in kind of guy and anyway, so point taken. So yeah, get in the proximity to where you live as close as possible. You're gonna have drinks to make it more relaxed. You're not gonna get into any kind of deep conversations. Interesting, and then okay, fair enough.
That situation, because it's no excitement on a date. It's no fun. It's dry. And a chick probably wouldn't be so eager to go back to your crib because you haven't taken her there. Usually when a chick wants to go back to your crib, is either she's feeling you a lot or you got her right where she want to have more fun. Okay? So you want to be able to deal with that. So you want to take her to a spot where it got good music, where the drinks is good. And the reason why you're doing that is for her to loosen up, to break the ice. Because fellas, the main thing is with a chick on the first date, you want to get her comfortable. Right? So you want to get it comfortable. And if you're in a situation where you got a chance to have like a one-on-one with a chick, fam, you should always be able to close that. If you're in a situation where you and a chick are just having a one-on-one over drinks, as a man, you should be able to close that, right? So the key to closing that is making sure that you're very confident, you're smooth, you're like charismatic, you know what I'm saying? Just be smooth, just be cool. Don't try to force anything. Don't try to fake anything. Just be you and be cool, right? And as the night prevails, like, she will become more comfortable around you. She will be.
So the thing that he's missed out, the thing that I really want to know, I'm still thinking about, well, if you're not going to talk about the kind of everyday things, the things that he mentioned, which were kind of a little bit kind of too serious, you know what I mean, whatever. And what the hell do you talk about then? Or was he just thinking, okay, you take her to the bar and you don't really say anything about anything? Maybe the music's loud, it's just focused on, and it's very possible. And then it's just focused on like the dancing, which is going to be the intimacy, and the drinks as well. And you just, just that with minimal chat. I think that's what he's talking about. Maybe he didn't qualify. Anyway, interesting. Let's go on.
More loose, and a key indicator. Right? A key indicator to know, to kind of get a gauge on how she feel about you is how she will respond to you. Now, if after the drinks, she start touching on you, she start laughing more, she start coming more in your face, you're doing great. You are doing great. All right. And the key thing is like, so you got everything set up. Okay. So you stay like down the street. So everything is good. So now you're ready to leave the spot. So now you're ready to ask her back to the crib. All right. Now, as a man, if you don't feel comfortable to ask her back to the crib as yet, let's say like you feel like, nah, I don't want to ask back to the crib right now because she might object, and well, you're just not really ready to ask her back to the crib. I'm just going to give you guys a just in case suggestion. All right. So this is just a just in case. Now, if you're not comfortable, like what you want to do is find a spot find another spot that's close to the area that you know will either be closed or will be closing soon. Understand that. So you want to find a spot that's either going to be closed or will be closing soon. So by the time you get to that spot, it's going to be closed. So the next suggestion will have to be back to the crib, right? So on your way to that spot, if you're uncomfortable, you better make it comfortable on the way to that spot, because that's your last option. All right.
That is pure genius. I missed that on the first viewing. I missed that on the first viewing. So you suggest somewhere. Wow. So I guess you get to know these spots, you know what I mean, the different bars and stuff, because it's in your own area. So you go somewhere, then you go somewhere else. It's like, oh no, damn, we could only have one more drink. Still got some party in us. Where are we going to go? Well, I'm only just round the corner. Okay, but he didn't mention it directly, but in the kind of more general dating, if you want this kind of thing to come about, what I was going to say was, okay, so say if you're out and you meet a girl and you're actually interested, and maybe she's with her friends that time. My friend made this suggestion. I think he's absolutely right. The thing you'd suggest is, like, if you've had enough, you're ready to move on, you might just let her know about it, and then just ask her if she. So I'm going to leave now, but I was going to grab a drink somewhere else if you want to come and enjoy talking to you. So, right, so then you get her separated from her group. She can say her goodbyes, whatever. You're going to go for another drink. And then, I've got drinks. Let's go back to my place. And it feels like a more natural kind of continuation. Now, again, I'm saying I'm not the person who does this very often. You know what I mean? I'm just kind of feeding on the feedback of my friends who do close. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I've got drinks at my place. Let's go back to mine. See how she reacts. There you go.
You get to that spot, it's going to be closed. So the next suggestion will have to be back to the crib, right? So on your way to that spot, if you're uncomfortable, you better make it comfortable on the way to that spot, because that's your last option. All right. So you're ready to ask her back to the crib. All right. In asking her back to the crib, don't ask her back to the crib like, do you want to go back to my crib? No. What you want to do is say, yo, let's go back to my place. You want to lead her to your place, okay? You don't want to ask her. And by the way, once she's comfortable, once you get her comfortable, because this is the key. Once you was on a date and you had a laugh and she's comfortable around you, she started touching.
That is absolutely key. Now think about it. This guy is giving us gold here. He's giving us gold. Don't ask her. So, you know, people overthink, especially ladies overthink. Don't ask her. Lead her to it. Lead her to it. 100% right, my friend. 100%.
And things like that, it should be smooth. Like, once you suggest for her to go back to the crib, it should be smooth. You know what I'm saying? So if you say, all right, baby, you know, like, I definitely like had a great time with you, and I just want to, you know what I'm saying, continue the vibe. Let's go back to my crib and chill for a second. More than likely, she should say yes. That's if you did what you were supposed to do. However, if she hits you with an objection like, what we gonna be doing at your crib, or why you want to take me back to your crib? If she hits you with that type of objection, this is why you gotta have activities at your place. Okay, chicks love hookah. Man, invest in a hookah, bro.
Hookah is like a shisha. I don't smoke anything. There's nothing wrong with smoking, or I mean, whatever, shisha or whatever. I don't do shisha, but I understand what he's saying. For me, I'd probably just say to him, just kick back and watch a film, put something on TV, watch some YouTube, continue the conversation, continue the chat, enjoy being with her, like what he said, and have a few drinks. Yeah, let's go from there. And he gives more advice later about, listen, if you whenever you want to leave, you can leave. Obviously, there's no pressure, and I'll be a gent or whatever. Anyway, let's go.
Some games. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Like, get you some activities, some fun things, so chicks will have a good time. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing about females is this, bro. Like, one thing about chicks is this. A chick rarely turns down a good time. Like, if something sounds good to them, if something sounds like it will be fun, they're going to be all for it. That's why once you get her comfortable, it's not going to be any pushback in getting her back to the crib. So now if she tell you, so what are we going back to your place for, right? Just simply tell her, you know what I'm saying, like, you felt like the vibe was good, you know what I'm saying, like you like her energy, you know what I'm saying, and you got some hookah back at the crib, and you also got some games. Now, this is the key right here. So you got to give her a safe net. This is a safe net. So what you want to tell her is this. Now, if you're uncomfortable, you're free to leave at any time. You know what I'm saying? So you tell her, you know what I'm saying, okay, we got the hookah, we got the games, but but if you're uncomfortable, you can feel free to leave at any time. 9 out of 10 times, fam, if you did everything cool on a date, if you were smooth, she will say yes. The only way she will say no, fam, is only if she's just not feeling you. If she's flat out not feeling you, fam. But if you were smooth, cool, laid back, you know what I'm saying? And by the way, on the date, fam, on the date, you don't want to have deep-ass conversations with her on the date, fam. Keep that shit on the surface. Understand this. 2 things.
Listen, this man obviously knows what he's talking about, honestly. This man knows what he's talking about. But listen, I don't know about the deep conversations thing. Listen, if you only think about one night, his video's about one night things, yeah. So I'm not that guy, I'm not that guy. And also as a concept, if you with a gorgeous girl, why would you just want to smash or whatever one night? You want to smash many nights, right? So I'm not of that mind. So, and you got to be yourself. But I see where he's coming from. You don't want to kind of say something or make her overthink. But let's see what he's got to say.
You want to show her a good time and you want it to be comfortable. Don't make the date serious, especially in a setting like that. So that's why I suggest music and drinks, because that way a chick will feel way comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like, she will let her guard down. You know what I'm saying? Like, you will see the real her. So what you want to do is don't fuck it up by saying the wrong shit. Don't talk yourself out the pussy, bro. Don't do that. All right? So boom. So now you suggest to her, yo, I got some hookah at the crib. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got some board games, and I actually stayed down the street. So that's the key.
Now, listen, the main difference is not that you're going to F it up. It's just that she's going to be thinking also like one night stand, or she's going to be thinking more, okay, yeah, boyfriend material, depending on the conversations that you have. You know what I mean? If you're having conversations about kind of controversial topics, that may well F it up. Or if you're going to challenge her about something, yes. But I think the safest way is to play it like the kind of superficial route that he's saying. But it's possible to have an actual conversation or some content and still not F it up. Trust me, man. Trust me, I know. Trust me.
Once you stay down the street, is she gonna be like, oh, you know what? Like, he stayed right down the street. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been having a good time with him. Why not continue this good time? You see what I'm saying? So once you get her comfortable, fam, that's that. Now, once you get her to the crib, bro, you know what I'm saying? Now, this should be easy for y'all. Like, once you get a chick to the crib, you should be able to take it from there. You know what I'm saying? Now, if some of y'all can't take it from there, all right. Once you like get her to the crib, what you want to do is, I don't know how your crib will be set up, but what you want to do is sit next to her, and you want to have more drinks at the crib. So I don't know if you want to have some wine or whatever the case may be, and you should be able to have a conversation with her, whisper some sweet things in her ear. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, fam, once a chick is comfortable, like the liquor is flowing, she will start touching on you, bro. You ain't really got to do too much once like you get to the crib. Once you get to the crib and she's comfortable, she takes like her shoes off, she sit on the couch and things like that, it should be a done deal. She should start touching on you and things like that. That's a fact. You don't have to do too much at the crib. So once you get to the crib, you don't want to pressure her, by the way. You don't want to pressure her like into trying to fuck her. Like, you don't want to be trying to force it. The key thing is make her comfortable. The more you make her comfortable, the more she opens up to you. The more you make her comfortable, the more she opens up to you. And before you know it, you could just sit back and relax. And before you know it, you will be smashing. All right. Now, that's a quick way to smash a chick on the first date. You know what I'm saying? I'm speaking from experience. That's highly effective. You know what I'm saying? Back in my day and shit, like that's what I used to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I meet a chick, I will always like take them to a spot that's close to like where I stay at. You see what I'm saying? So that way, if you go on a date and for some reason, like if I ask her to like come out to the crib, she say no, it don't bother me because I stay right down the street. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's always smart to have her meet you there. Because like, let's say if she say no, you don't have to be worried about taking her back to the crib. She found her own way there, so she will find like her own way back home. But that's the key thing, fam. So you got to be smart when it comes to the first date, fam. You never want to do too much on the first date. Don't do fancy dinners and like all that extra shit, fam. Because what you don't want to do is take like a thought on an expensive date and still ain't even smash. Like, you still gonna smash, and then she a thought to make it even worse. So let's try that, fellas. I promise you that will work. It's very effective. It's very effective. All right, it's your boy AQ. Like and subscribe to the channel, and I'm out, man. Peace.
I've only ever seen one video from this young man. I think there's so many levels and layers, and he kind of gave you those warnings about kind of this is not what to say, and that is what to say, and the reason why. And gentlemen, you are a scholar of high esteem. You are now knighted. Ding, 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 ding. Sir A of Q Logic. There you go. All good fun, peeps. All good fun. I want to have lots of kind of varied influences and kind of advice on this channel. And as I say, you got this man here, and I say I'm a man of in my 40s, basically, who's had an interesting dating career in its own right. From the contrast of like not really dating until I was kind of like early 20s, until kind of figuring it out, and some back-to-back long-term relationships, and a few things in between. All is good anyway. Please like, subscribe. Please click on the Deck Heroes icon. Click on subscribe. 100% free. Click on notifications. Won't miss anything at all. Bish bash bosh. That's Stephen. I'm out.